one can do is sing, oh, eh, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do. Prove to them you got the moves. Hey, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. I'm better when I'm dancing.
Hey people of YouTube, it is just me, Jamie, and I want to talk about something, and whoever does this, if you do it, I'm sure you're probably not watching my videos, which is fine. I'm not trying to judge anybody who does this. It's going to come across that way, but it is what it is, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody. It's not meant that way. I scroll through YouTube like crazy. I'm just as addicted to YouTube as I am to Facebook. While I was going through it, I've been seeing a lot of suggested videos from people who purposely, they're overweight and they purposely overeat on YouTube, and it's like their channel. And I understand that we all have things that we want to do. We have a message we want to give out, and we want people to see us, and we want people to know us, and I get that. That's why I'm here, because I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I mean, it's not just I'm sure that's not the reason. You don't want to make a difference when you're sitting on camera and overeating on purpose. You're killing yourself on camera, basically. And you can go to every doctor in the world and they're going to tell you that you're healthy, because that's what you want to hear. You're not going to hear that one day it's going to be a problem, because you don't care about that right now. I'm scared for people who do that, because that's what I used to do. And I can't imagine the day that comes when they can't move, or they can't walk, or the person that feeds them decides they don't want to feed them anymore, or they can't get up and feed themselves. There was a video of a man that I saw, and I don't know when this happened. I wasn't paying attention to the date. There was a video of a man who was over 700 pounds and broke a leg, and he lived with roommates. I think it was somewhere up north. And he sat down in a chair after he got back from the emergency room after having his leg taken care of, and he couldn't get back up. And he sat in that chair and died. He was in the chair for 6 months. Never got up again. He was sitting in his feces and his urine, and his roommates didn't help him. They just let him sit like that. They didn't call the doctor. They didn't call a hospital. They didn't call anybody. And he just died. And the people that are doing that to themselves for fame on YouTube, it scares me for them. It's not healthy. You're killing your liver. You're killing yourself. You're killing whatever health you have right now. I'm not saying you have to be skinny. You don't have to be a size 2. You don't have to be even a size 12. But you have to try to do something to be healthy. And if you need help, reach out. I've been 320 pounds before. I know what it's like. You can't tell me that you don't have some kind of physical pain. There's people that I've watched do this to themselves in real life, and it kills me to watch it. So that's just on my heart right now. I did some research on it. There's not a lot of information on binge eating other than it's associated with depression and self-abuse, which to me is true. There's a reason that people do this, and the people that are making these videos, I'm not you, so I don't know exactly why you did it, but I know for me, there was a while where I thought, people do this. Before I decided to get healthier and to try to lose some weight, I got tired of my ex-husband beating up on me as far as mentally. He never physically, hit me in my face or anything, but he was an emotional abuser as far as that goes. And as much as I loved him, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, I let his feelings hurt my willpower and my want to lose weight. Even though I wanted to lose weight, I was doing it for the wrong reasons, because he was unhappy with my weight, not because I was unhappy with it. After we split up, there was a time where I met a guy who liked bigger girls, and I was willing to be okay with staying the weight that I was. And you know, even though I worked out, I would eat whatever I wanted, and I would eat it in large amounts. And I thought, you know, I could make a living out of this. I could be on YouTube and I could overeat and people would watch me. I would get attention. And a lot of people that do that, in my experience, from the people that I have met that do this or have done this, they do it for attention, and it scares the crap out of me for people who do it. So that's my 2 cents on that. I've got a couple of people who have messaged me over the last couple weeks, and they've kind of asked about things that I ate after surgery. Again, for those of you who don't know me, I'm just me, Jamie. I live in Houston, Texas, and I had gastric sleeve surgery on March 21st of 2017. I was 320 pounds when I began my journey. That is the highest weight that I reach. When I went to have surgery, I was 265 pounds. This is 2 months after I initially looked into having the surgery. So on my pre-op diet, I went from 320 to 265. And that's strictly living off of protein shakes, 1 healthy meal a day, and I think a handful, maybe 26 to 28 almonds a day. I had no dairy products, and that's pretty much it. I was right around between 800 and 1200 calories a day. I never went over. I worked out every single day. I think I missed 3 days at the gym the entire 2 months. I was not employed, so I had time for this. I know that's unrealistic for many people. I was just very lucky at the time because of my situation with my mom and my daughter, that I didn't have to work right then. So that being said, after surgery, some of the things that I ate, of course, when you come home, you can't have solid food, so you're drinking clear liquids. I did have, there's some clear protein drinks that they have, not the Premier Protein clear drinks. I'm not a big fan of those. I will drink them. I mean, it's protein, it's better than nothing at all, but now that I'm 10 months out, it's easier for me to eat real food. I drink protein shakes every day. Just to give me a little extra protein because I know I need it, but it's not something that I am 100% dependent on at this point. When I came home from surgery, I had pre-made some foods that I could eat. Some of the things that I made were ricotta bake. It's just ricotta cheese. Usually you put some egg in it. Like I would usually put like 1 or 2 eggs. I'd make a big pan of it. And then I would always put in a couple of scoops of protein powder and mix that in with the ricotta, and I'd put in, I think, like a cup of mozzarella cheese. I would put all that into a pan and bake it, and then I would put marinara sauce on top, and then more cheese on top and bake that. And then that would go into little 2-ounce containers. They have those little Jell-O shot containers at Walmart. It's like $3 or $4 for 100 of them. I would put just, like, it takes just 2 ounces in that. So I would take 2 ounces of the food, pack it in there, close up the lid, and then I'd put it in the freezer. And then when it was time to eat, I would just pop it out of the container into a little bowl and microwave it until it was edible. That was something that I ate. There's recipes for low-carb ricotta bake all over Facebook. I will try to put a link in the description below when I'm finished. Also, I would have refried bean soup. For that, I took beef broth, the low-sodium beef broth. You can really use whatever kind you want if you're not watching your sodium. I do low-sodium beef broth with a can of refried beans, and I would just add the beef broth until it was a soupy mixture. This is when I got onto my pureed stage, obviously, and I know beans are not always recommended, but I needed protein and I needed a little bit of a thicker soup, so I did that. I put in like a handful of cheddar cheese, maybe like a cup, mixed all that in, put in some, at the time I think I was using Greek yogurt, just for the extra protein. Now, if I were to do it, which I probably will make sometime this week for lunch for work, I would probably go and use some cottage cheese in its place, just because now I know that I like it. Before I was afraid to try cottage cheese. So I would have those things. And that was the majority. I had a really short pureed stage for food. Everything else that we ate that week, like I did a lot of soups, I did a lot of protein shakes. I wasn't really hungry at first, so those are the main staples, was the ricotta bake and the refried beans. And so another thing that I made, there's a channel on YouTube. I need to find her name. Give me just a minute and I'll find out. Okay guys, I'm back. So her name is Sherry Smith, SHERRISMITH. And if you just type in pureed food diet recipes or pureed food recipes, she should come up. She's got some really good recipes on her page, on her site, and I'm subscribed to her. So that was one of the things got me through. I also made chicken enchiladas. She has a recipe on there, and I had found a recipe to make kind of like I guess like a crust. And so I made that. Actually, no, what I did was I made the ricotta bake, but I put taco seasoning in it. And then I put, because the ricotta bake, you can get a little bit of a crust on it because it's got the cheese and the egg in it. And so what I did was I mixed the taco seasoning in with that, and then I put pureed, like, almost like the green sauce with chicken enchilada. Like, I just did like the filling for a chicken enchilada, and then I ground it up really fine. And I put that on top with some cheese, and then I just cut that into little 2-ounce containers and ate that. And that's still really good. To me, I like that. So, excuse me guys, I'm still sick. So that's something that I ate. When I moved on to the next stage, which was more of a solid food diet, I did a lot of pepperoni, cheese slices. I love cheddar because it's 0 carb per serving. And I'd stick to about 1 to 2 ounces of cheese. I would try to get more meat in than the cheese because, I mean, I just feel like the dairy sometimes hinders us from losing as much, and it just makes me feel like, I guess I'm not as satisfied with it. Like, I do eat a lot now. Like, now I feel like I'm more satisfied with the cheese than I am with the meat. It's on my face. Anyway, so then I would take like deli meat. I would go to the deli and get like a pound of turkey meat and pound of like Colby Jack or some other kind of cheese, and I would make like roll-up sandwiches. And then later on, after my mom passed away, I found, because I was really wanting bread at that point, and I thought, I'll just treat myself. Well, I found this Joseph's flax bread, which I know I've shown you guys before. It's got a good amount of protein. I like it better than the flat out bread, but I like them both equal. I mean, not equally, but I just like the Joseph's bread because I can use it for a lot of other things. I feel like the flat out bread is really good for sandwiches in general, but the Joseph's bread I feel like makes really good tacos. I just feel like it's a larger piece of bread, so I can cut it in half and use it for more things. It's ultimately about the same size, not size, but the same consistency as the flat out bread, but I feel like it's a little bit more tough, so it holds up better. But I love them both. So I would make sandwiches, and I could get several rolls out of each sandwich, and I would have 2 or 3 sandwich rolls per serving, and that would be my lunch. And then I would make like pepperoni chips, or I would make cheese chips I would make my own like Cool Ranch Dorito seasoning with ranch flavoring, and I think onion powder and dill. I don't remember what exactly I used to put in it, but I think I have a video somewhere in there. But you shake it up, pour it on the cheese as soon as it's done in the microwave, and it once it cools, it kind of sticks to the cheese. Sorry, my leg is just really bad. So once that's done, hold on one second. Okay, so sorry, my kid had a weird friend request on Facebook, so she was coming to ask me who it was. And we didn't know who it was, so we said delete. So I'd make sandwich rolls. I would have pickles. For some reason, I love pickles, but I'm not a big pickle fan. I'm sorry, guys, it's bothering me. I do have hair here. It's just like blonde for some reason, and I don't know why, and it's really bothering me. I usually color it in, but I didn't feel like it today, so I'll just sit like that and it looks normal. Anyway, so what else did I have? I did a lot of cheese chips. I would do the cheddar cheese or the parm. I would sprinkle the Dorito seasoning on it, like the homemade Dorito seasoning. And I would dip, like, ranch dip. I would make ranch dip. And that was what I ate a majority of the time, unless we went out as a family. So, that's pretty much what I ate. I didn't really incorporate a lot of vegetables until recently, because I just knew that I needed more veggies. I was so busy focusing on getting my protein in and my water that, and really honestly, I was focusing more on the protein than I was the water. I was really just drinking like a Yeti of water every day, and that's like 32 ounces, so I wasn't getting enough of that. And now I'm drinking probably at least 4 bottles of water a day at work, I know, if not more. And then that's not even counting my protein shakes. So in the protein shakes, the way that I've been drinking them lately, I'm getting 20 ounces fluid from there. So really honestly, I should be getting plenty of water at this point. So food-wise, that's a lot what I was eating. Now I'm eating a more rounded out diet. I love kale chips. You guys have heard me complain about my love for kale chips because I feel like it's at an unhealthy point right now. I make garbanzo bean chips in the air fryer. If you guys want a recipe for those, I can find a recipe. I don't know if I've done one already or not, but I think I've done one. Either way, I'll find a recipe and put it in the link below, and I will for the kale chips. There's recipes everywhere, but I don't make them at home because they burn every time I try to do it. One thing I want to try out is the, what are they called? Why can't I think of the word? I know it's green beans now, but it drives me crazy because I can't think of the word. But I want to try the crispy green beans in the air fryer too, because that's something I've been wanting to try, and I've got some in the fridge now, but I don't want them to go bad. So I might just put them in the freezer and try to make them later. I love that. I love broccoli. I don't do a lot of vegetables because I still focus on my protein, but I do vegetables. I try to do a protein and a vegetable at every meal, except for breakfast, because I usually just grab a thing of cheese and just go. I mean, maybe I would even consider that a snack. I don't know if I would consider it a meal, but I usually just do like the cheese on the go, and then I will, for, you know, like for my dinner, I'll have, it's got to have some kind of a veggie in it, usually for me. So like I made a what I eat in a day video. I'm in the process of making one right now. So far I had 2 single servings of cheese. I had the Beano chips, the Bonito chips. I had an ounce of those, and I had tuna fish. And then I had probably like an ounce of chicken pot pie filling. It had good sized chunks of chicken in it. I'm probably going to have some more food. It is 7:33, so I will probably have another shake, or not another shake. I'll probably have my first protein shake of the day, and I will have some other meal. I've still got some tuna left. Yeah, I'll probably have some tuna. And what I might do instead of eating more bean chips is I might make maybe green bean chips and try that, or I'll make like roasted broccoli in the air fryer and eat it with that. I just don't know what I feel like yet. And I'm not going to be able to eat much of it because it fills me up pretty fast. But I do need to eat it before it goes bad because it's tuna and I don't want to get sick. So get sick again on top of what I've already got. So that's my what I ate in a day pre-op and my being on my soapbox. Sorry, that was my boyfriend bringing in laundry. So that was my what I eat in a day and my being on my soapbox about binge eating to get viewers. Again, guys, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. It's not my intention, but I needed to talk about it because to me, seeing those videos, part of it is it hurts me to see people hurting themselves, but it's also counterintuitive to what I'm trying to do to help people, because it's not helping anybody. It's hurting people because then other people think about it. I thought about doing it at one point myself to make myself feel better about me. And, you know, not only that, it sends out a bad message to anybody watching it. It also, the people who are into watching people eat food like that, it makes them think that it's okay, and that if their spouse is unhealthy, that it's okay for them to continue to support them being that way. And I just, my heart hurts thinking about it. It also triggers me. Like, I feel like when I see things like that, it makes, part of my head is like, why can't I do that? Why couldn't I? Why can't I just go get me a big bag of Cheetos and binge on those? Or why can't I go get me a giant cheeseburger and a pizza and have that in one sitting? Because my brain still wants that, and I'm a food addict, and watching things like that is not good for me. I'm not avoiding food, but I'm avoiding eating too much food, and it's just counterintuitive to what I want to get accomplished in my channel. So again, no offense meant. I hope this helped you guys, and I definitely am open to any questions or, you know, anything if you have any concerns, or if you want to just have a conversation about what we've talked about today. I'm sure that there are other things that I ate after pre-op, but or after surgery, but if I think about them, I will make another video or add on to this one if I can. But that's it for now. Like, subscribe, share, comment, anything you guys want to do, just let me know. If you have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, I will be doing a skin flick pretty soon. I'm not doing one now because I am on my monthly cycle, and not gonna happen. So I will do it probably when I'm off again on Sunday next week. So I will see you guys later.